You have 10x the average vending machine revenue. I think you're going to be Vending Accelerator's first $1 million vending machine business. 5 vending machines in school so far, 6th one at the karate studio, and then you have 12 teachers lounge equipment in operation. Talk to me about first the vending machines and what you're seeing with sales on those.
What I've seen from all those machines in operation for the student-facing machines is about $10,000 in those 3 weeks. Staff equipment, it's been about 45 to 5,500. And if I was to have the full month, my projection goes up to about 18 to 19,000.
You got enrolled. Now, things happen very quickly. My team is doing the vetting process, which is not a sales call. We're vetting it to find out, where the best opportunities are, where the problems are, no vending machines, broken down machines, poorly serviced, or what have you. And there's definitely a proven strategy there, and we do it fast. We get it done, within 2 weeks, right? First of all, what was your impression on our vetting process for your radius?
I think it was very thorough. It covered a lot of the locations I was looking to. There was some that didn't have the info mostly because they weren't answering, but that was within a week. They were retargeted and then the information was there and I was like, wow, that's good. And this was still like start of July. And by the time I started heading out, I had where I had to go. I had who I had to contact. I had what the foot traffic was, what the expectations were for machines. Every single piece of information that I needed, I had it right there.
We get it laser focused, right, on the best opportunities, so that we say, initially, hey, Manuel, yeah, these are the ones, these are going to be your quickest wins, right? And then from there, we also found out, because one of our fact finders, right, was informed that, hey, we're already looking for vending here. Your first location, which was the karate studio, yeah?
Correct. So that was the first location, the karate studio. I didn't even have to, I'm going to say work for it. I just went over there, dropped the stuff, and they're like, hey, owner's not here today. They'll be here next week, X day, come by. We are interested. We want to move forward. Yeah. So that was the very first location, pretty much completely hands off. I just went over there, dropped the stuff, and next week we signed and good to go. First machine in. I was like, wow, that was fast.
Once we get the vetting process done, which is 2 weeks, and then within your first week, you secured your first location, which was a high traffic karate studio. How was that process for you getting enrolled, going through the training platform, working with our team, and getting prepared to go out to these locations? What was that like for you?
I think it made it very simple. I was originally, part of the skepticism is I never did vending before. This was my first vending experience. Vending was completely unknown to me. So the approach is different. I'm not really selling a company. I'm not really selling a product. I'm just telling them I got this amazing service. I didn't know how to do that until we were having the conversation. You're like, hey, we're going to show you everything. And then I went through the course. And when I finished the course, I'm like, I feel pretty comfortable now. And what was also making me feel a little bit uncomfortable was, hey, how do I do the machine stuff when it comes in? Because I need to look like I know what I'm doing when the machine comes in. All those videos explaining how the machines work, how to do all the setup. I know there's a master class on machine setup as well that your Brian created. And all of that really made me very comfortable when I was going and presenting. And I don't think I would have been able to find that anywhere else.
Most clients come to me because of the ability to get vending machines into public schools, right? And from there, and today, you now have 3 high schools, 1 middle school, and 2 charter schools secured, right?
Yes, sir. And there's conversations right now with a new district as well. That's one of the biggest ones here in San Antonio. We're getting all their stuff approved. So that's one school that already wants us. It's just the vendor approval process. We have 2 more middle schools that are going to be working with us at the start of the year for the other district as well to be able to pretty much cover their whole district with machines.
We give you some pretty simple strategies. So we give you a proven process to walk in there, get to a decision maker. You have a secret weapon, right? The 6-figure location brochure collection. And we show you how to present that and do that. Talk to me about that process. How well did that work for you to get past that front desk person and get in front of the decision makers?
So for the first one, which was my big first high school, I went in and I'm like, hey, I'm here to see the principal got in within about a week or so. I got a call back. Eventually, the principal called me and she's like, hey, I saw what you gave me. I saw the snacks. Thank you very much. I've been living off your snacks for 2 weeks now. Every time I would go, I'd give them snacks.
She saw the sheet, correct? Is that what she said?
Correct. And that's why she called me. She's like, I saw your sheet. And I've been living off your snacks for 2 weeks. So I was like, I got to see what's in here. So she
Yeah.
looked over the whole sheet. She's like, I actually like this program. I want to implement it. When can we have a meeting? And I think it was 2 days later, I was in their office. Like, I love the program. I want to implement it. Actually, come take a walk with me. Showed me all her school, all her machines, because she did have another vendor. This is what I want to replace. And then this is what I currently have for my staff. I'm not sure if I would like to replace it or not, but what are your thoughts? I'm like, well, we can do it. And she was showing me, and she only had like one section that was like foods for their staff, and the rest were drinks. And she's like, I would really like to have it for all my staff with food and drinks. I'm like, yeah, we can do it. So we ended up replacing every single one of their vending machines in the whole school. That is my highest producing location right now. I make about $10,000 a month in gross profit from that school, and that's only counting students, not counting staff. If I'm adding
How
the
many
staff,
students are there?
I get like an extra 2 to 3K.
Wow. So you have how many students?
That is about 2,400 students and 400 staff.
So you have 2,400 students and 400 staff. How many vending machines are there?
3 student-facing machines, and I'm getting a fourth one right now. Going to be arriving at the start of January.
Wow. So you have 3 combo vending machines at a high school, generating over $10,000 a month in profit.
Yes, sir.
Wow. And then you have
Very busy.
very busy, just right around $3,300 per vending machine per month. Amazing. Average vending machine revenue is $300 to $400. I told you that on our very first conversation. You have 10x the average vending machine revenue. So you got one school generating $12,000 to $13,000 a month in profit, correct?
Yes, sir.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
Second story I was telling you about. So same way I got to the principal. When I finally decided to go back in, they were like, yeah, we had seen this a while back. Go with the secretary. They'll talk with you. They liked it. They were interested. Principal came in, looks at it, and she's like, ooh, snacks. I'm not going to tell you yes or no. I'm going to say, I like the snacks. Go to the district, and if you can figure out if they'll approve it, we'll get it in here. I was like, okay. So figured out the district office. I got a meeting with them 2 days later with their purchasing director, just because of the brochure, just because of all the resources and the way that you guys taught me to do it.
Yep.
And 2 days later, they had said, yeah, we're going to do it. And then that same meeting with the district tunneled over to the other high school. And we're talking 2 high schools with over 2,000 students, and then another middle school with 800 students. And now 2 more middle schools are in the talks for January with over 800 students as well each.
When we go to the district level, things change, right? Because the folks we're talking to change. So we have another custom tool that you can take up to a school district that is different for specific reasons. Because when you go from a school to the district, it's a whole nother animal. You know, now we're dealing with district head. And so, yeah, you said that process and showing you exactly how to walk in there and the things that you need to say and not say. And it worked.
The quote from the child nutrition director and the purchasing director was actually, we've never had any other vending company come in here and do what you have, and we've never told anyone yes that quick.
Yeah, that's, remember on the demo conversation, we said what we have for you in pillar number 2 was what? An irresistible offer.
100%. And you mentioned that a couple times in the demo. I'm like, not sure if I should believe you, Ryan.
Right.
But now I'm like, hands down, you were 100% right. I've proven it over multiple months, and now I feel comfortable. Every time I'm going and pitching to a new location, I'm like, I know this works.
Yep.
I've done it before.
Yep.
Districts have said yes. I've gone all the way up to a headquarters level in Texas because of potential compliance issues, and the headquarters said, "Nope, you're good. It's all approved.
Yep.
You're all set." So
Yep.
that sense of confidence that has been built throughout all the resources and all the experiences I've had with the program just have been building and building and building up.
So
that is a separate district. Now I'm tracking which one.
oh, okay.
So that's also one of the biggest districts, and it ended up being like, nope, no one's going to see you. You're not going to talk with anyone. We're not interested in vending. You're not getting in here.
Just to sum that up, you went into you tried to go in some of the schools, had difficulty trying to get into the schools, went to the district, basically got completely shut down, right?
Correct.
So even the magic phrase that we talk about and the 6-figure location brochure collection couldn't get you into those schools. So then you just kept doing it, right? Because this is all, right? There's plenty of districts and plenty of schools. Then we just move on to the next one, right? We forget about that. You're able to just do your thing at these other schools and provide an amazing first-class service. And then obviously the machines and the products and amazing sales.
I was actually in the school when they were asking the questions. I was doing a restocking, just random luck. And that one school hosts sports tournaments for multiple other districts, and they have schools from all of the other districts coming in all the time.
Your current school hosts
Correct.
Sports. Oh, got it. And
Correct.
they
And
came in
they
and
even
saw your
host them where they're
machines.
not competing. It's like the schools
Yeah.
are going in, and we have
Yeah.
a machine placed right next to where their gym is, where they do all the volleyball, basketball
Yeah.
tournaments and everything. And they just kept seeing it, and they're like, "Is that machine on throughout the whole day?" I went in one day, and the coach for one of the schools actually, "Hey, I've been speaking with the staff. Could you tell me a little bit more about the machines? Because we're interested." And I'm like, "Yeah, give me a second here. I actually got a brochure in my truck."
You're right.
So I went
Exactly.
and got a
I
brochure.
always have a brochure on you. Exactly.
I went and got a brochure real quick, and I'm like, "Yeah, let me walk you through it real quick." And then I was like, "Hey, you can keep this brochure. Let us know if you're interested in anything." She told me the school name and everything. And I'm like, I actually tried to go to those schools and I wasn't able to get in. And she's like, "Oh, okay. Well, thank you for the info. This is super cool. I think this would be really cool to bring it in." And I ended up hearing from them, I think it was last week, random email from one of their senior administrators. "Hey, this came by our desk. We're interested. We want to move forward. We've got a good recommendations from your school. We're ready. Here's our vendor packet. Can you please fill it out?"
Yep. That's awesome.
And I was like,
So,
wow. I was just
yeah.
pleasantly
How did
surprised
that
because
make you feel? Yeah.
I didn't think any of it because it, like I said, it's been almost 2 months, and suddenly an email, "Hey, we're good. We're ready to move forward." And I never even stepped into that school. I didn't even talk with the principal or just any of their staff. It was just the coach asking me a couple questions,
That you gave him a brochure.
but I
And
gave him a brochure.
and even though you have, what did you say, 4 years of a sales experience, how much of that did you have to use?
Nothing, because I didn't actually use any sales experience. I was refilling a machine and I showed her
Yeah.
the brochure and I was like, "Hey, this is actually our brochure. This
Walk her
is
through
a
it.
little bit of what we do. This is the machine. This is the snacks." I'm like, "You can see the snacks. You can see the machine right here. And do you have any questions?" She's like, "No, I just wanted to see if you have a bit more info. And then is your contact info there?" I'm like, "Yeah, here it is. Here's a business card." And
Yeah.
she's like, "Great. I'm going back to the team because we got a sports thing going on, obviously."
Got it. 5 vending machines in school so far. Sixth one at the karate studio, and then you have 12 teachers lounge equipment, right? Not vending machines in operation. Talk to me about first the vending machines and what you're seeing with sales on those 6 vending machines.
What I've seen from all those machines in operation for the student facing machines is about $10,000 in those 3 weeks. And then for the staff equipment, it's been about 45 to 5,500.
So the 5 vending machines for students, you're averaging $10,000
Not a
in a
full
3 week
month.
period. Not a full month. Yeah, not a full month yet. And you've done
Yeah.
$10,000, which is $2,000 a vending machine. You add in that fourth week, right? And that's going to take those numbers even more. Teachers lounge equipment, you said, which is a significantly less investment than the combo vending machines is generating. What did you say? About $4,500 to $5,000 a month?
Yeah, about 45 to 5,500 a month. My numbers,
$1,000.
because I do have the sheets, have come out to about 15 to 16,000 for the 3 weeks they've operated every month. And if I was to have the full month, my projection goes up to about 18 to 19,000.
And then roughly profit margin?
So I am getting nearly a 50% profit margin on the products I'm putting after all expenses
Yeah.
and everything that I dish out, and then I remove the payroll for my stalker that I have, and it goes down to about 40 to 45, which is still amazing. My last month, which was 15,000, my total profit after all expenses was 7,100.
Wow, that's amazing. And now you also have, what'd you say, 9 vending machines on order?
10 vending machines on order.
Yeah, because we have how many more schools we're going into?
We're going into 3 more schools.
How
So
many
2 high schools, which are going to have 3 to 4 machines with potential to have more
Yeah.
machines added in already. We've been in conversation about that after the first 1 and 2 months or so.
Yeah.
And then the other one is going to have 2 machines,
Wow.
which is the middle school.
Third, one high school with 2,300 students, another high school with 2,100 students, another high school with 2,000 students. Your middle school is about 880, 900 students. Is that all accurate?
Correct.
Wow.
That is
I want to ask you this question. You said you did some projections yesterday. You're going to now have 16 vending machines on the ground and 12 of the teachers lounge equipment. And you've looked at some projections going forward on what you potentially could be generating with your
correct.
overall business. What does that look like?
So I'm looking at a bit over 40K gross. And after all my expenses, and salaries and everything for labor, I'm looking at between 15 to 18K. And that's me. I'd say I probably work like 5 to 10 hours a week, mostly just managing inventory.
That's amazing. So $40,000 in revenue, which would put you nearly a $500,000 vending machine business with less than 20 vending machines. and some other equipment and teachers' lounges. And all in all, you would be in about how much with that investment?
Almost 200K.
Almost 200K in total equipment to then generate about 200K in income, which would be a 1-year return on your investment, right?
Yep. And multiple of them have already been running, and few have paid themselves out. I'll say that.
Yeah, they've already paid themselves off.
Oh yeah.
That's amazing. Like I said, Manuel, I think you're going to be Vending Accelerator's first $1 million vending machine business, which would be an amazing feat, and be very happy and proud of you for that. Tom Ballou, if you know who that is, was the founder of Quest Bars. And years ago, I heard this on one of his podcasts when he was told by his family members, other business people to not get into the protein bar business, right? It was saturated, it won't work. And he said a very simple sentence: there's always room for better. And that's exactly what we do, but it doesn't work if you don't work, and it works because Manuel works.
It 100% works.